I could dip 105 kilograms, do a weighted pull-up with 60 kilograms, but I was still stuck squatting only 70. But that wasn't because I was a proper calisthenics athlete and I was skipping legs. No, I was training legs 2 times a week for almost 2 hours a day. And I did that for 6 months and it got me nowhere. And that was because I was training legs like a bodybuilder and not like a powerlifter. After realizing that, I changed my workout program completely, and 6 months later, I was squatting 140 kilograms on the National Bench Press Championship, and I scored 2nd place. That's this medal right here. And in this video, I will give you 2 powerlifting style squat splits that you can just copy and paste into your own workout routine and start making insane progress today. One of these workout routines is going to be if you are a beginner, so you are squatting around those 70 kilograms that I used to. And the second routine, if you start squatting more than 120, you will start following that one in order to avoid any unnecessary plateaus. And after that, I will guide you through the most optimal squat technique that I use right now to squat 155 kilograms in only 10 months of squatting. So let's go over the first workout split. The first day is going to be strength and quad day. So you want to build as much strength, specific strength for the squat as possible, and also build those quad muscles. And then on the second day, hypertrophy and lower back day, we will also train like hypertrophy, so a more leg muscle, and also your lower back. Your lower back is going to be really important because later in the video where I teach you the best squat technique, I will heavily emphasize the low bar squat. The low bar squat is way superior to the high bar squat. I was better at the high bar squat. I could high bar squat 70 kilograms, 75, something like that. But then my powerlifting friend was like, man, you need to stop doing those high bar squats and start doing some low bar. And I was like, what? Why? I'm better at high bar. He was like, no, trust me, do the low bar. He taught me the technique. My strength went down like 10 kilograms. But then 3 months later, it went up by like 30 or 40. So yeah, the workout plan starts with squats. 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps, RPE 9. Let me explain the RPE. RPE is the range of perceived exertion from 1 to 10, but we only ever encounter like 5 to 10. So 5 out of 10 RPE is like a set to mild discomfort. So if you were to drop down and do some push-ups to pump your chest, you would do it to around RPE 5. RPE 7 is your typical 3 reps in reserve. It's how hard you train when you just don't want to go to failure. And RPE 9 is failure. You couldn't do another rep. And RPE 10 is failure with the last rep being a so-called grind. A grind rep means that it takes a quite longer amount of time to actually push it up. I will put some on the screen. Then dumbbell split squat for both legs. 2 sets for both legs, obviously, of 15 reps. RPE 8. RPE 8 is like something between RPE 7 and RPE 9, obviously. Then high bar squat. Although you are going to be doing more low bar squats, high bar squats are also useful to build more quad strength. So 3 sets of 10 of those. RPE 8. That was the first day. Pretty simple. The second day is more focused on hypertrophy, so we have more exercises. The first exercise is a tempo squat. 3 sets of 6 to 7 reps. And tempo squat, I'll put it on the screen, means that you go down slower and up slower. It's really good to build CNS adaptation. CNS adaptation means that your muscles are literally, I would call it, more useful. So let's say you take my bicep muscle, for example, and a bodybuilder's bicep muscle that is the exact same size. I can do a weighted pull-up with more weight than him. I can probably even bicep curl more weight than him for 1 rep. even though I don't train bicep curls. That is because my bicep is more CNS adapted, because I train it in the lower rep ranges. So let's say 3 sets of 3 is really for strength. We will get to that later in the second workout split. And yeah, you can call it that the muscle is, I don't know, more useful. Because a muscle of the same size and same weight, same everything, just has better CNS adaptation. That means that your brain can send more signals to the muscle. And tempo squats really help to do that from the beginning. RPE 8, so you don't really push yourself to failure, you are at about 1 rep in reserve. RDLs, or deadlifts, or hamstring curls. Just whatever exercise you want to do for hamstrings, because you also want to build some hamstring muscle, so you don't only spam quads. Next one is a good morning. 2 or maybe even 3 sets of 6 reps, RPE 7. This is a good morning, this is how it looks like. It's a really good exercise for your lower back. I did it from the start and I do it until this every day. And then sumo kettlebell squat, so just some random exercises to build more lower back muscle. The next workout program, if you can bench more than 120 kilograms, is as follows. The days are exactly the same actually. The first one is a strength and quad based day. Second one is a hypertrophy and lower back based day. So the first thing that you do is squat 3 sets of 3 reps. This is what I talked about previously. RPE 9 to 10. So to failure, even past failure. Really hard. And in those brackets, what is written PR if you want. So if you want to PR, you will do it on this very day. Not on the next day, or not on a random day, on this very day in the beginning of the workout. And 3 sets of 3. Many people get this really wrong when training, when they follow my workout programs and I don't explain it. It is that 3 sets of 3 doesn't look like this. You don't load up, let's say 70, 100, let's say 100 kilograms and do that for 3 reps, then you rack it, then you load up 90 kilograms again. Well, the weight stays, you do the exact same reps, the weight stays, you rest, and then you do the exact same amount of reps. No! If you do a RPE 9 or 10 set, no way that you are doing not even 2 reps with the exact same weight on the next set. No, you need to decrease the weight, or maybe even like drastically decrease the weight. So I do 145 kilograms for 3 reps, RPE 10, like the last rep is a grind. There is no way I'm doing that again. No way! So I literally load up only 135 and do that for 3 reps. Literally, just that. And the next one, the next set of 3 is 130 kilograms, something like that. So make sure to keep that in mind. Then you do a back off. A back off means that the exact same exercise as above, so the squat, but you just do less weight and more reps. So 1 or 2 sets of 6 reps, RPE 7, really light. Dumbbell split squat for both legs. This is something similar to the previous routine, but you do less reps. So 2 sets of 8 reps for each leg, RPE 8. Then a high bar squat. You do less high bar squats. You only do 2 or maybe if you want 3 sets of 7, RPE 8. That was the first day. Second day, hypertrophy and lower back day. You will start with tempo squats. We already met this previously, but you do more sets. You do 4 sets of 6 to 7 reps of the tempo squat. Really good. An amazing exercise. RPE 9 to 10. RDLs, or again, any exercise that targets the hamstrings, 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps, RPE 8. Now, another juicy exercise. Juicy, I mean really painful. It is double bounce squats. I will put a video on the screen right now. Most people have to do this exercise because if you are not the 1% of the population that if they do squats, they fail it over here. But let's be honest, most of you fail the squat, you go down and then you realize that the weight ain't moving. So you just, and then you set it down. This exercise is really good to really drill and heavily focus on the bottom part of the squat. So you don't fail a PR there. And then the last exercise, good mornings, 3 sets of 6, RP 7, just to build that lower back strength. So these 2 were the best, the most optimized workout routines for the squat that I used, that I tested out with my students. And now let's go over the best squat technique. First, let's talk about the setup and also the low bar setup. You also need to pick a bar that has knurling in the middle, so the bar doesn't really slip. Then, if you are a bigger guy, you can grip it with your pinky fingers on the grip rings and sit up that way. Or if you are a smaller guy, like 172 centimeters, you can grab it over here. Your thumbs on the ends of this knurling. Then, really press yourself against the bar. First your traps, like this, and then you continue pressing until you have the bar exactly like this. That your rear delts hold the bar. I don't recommend choosing a wider grip because then, look, it doesn't really hold that good and it may slip like this, and that's probably not the best thing that can happen to you. A narrower grip is always better because it helps you keep in position so it doesn't fall back. You also need to make sure to not set up the bar too high or too low. And after you do the setup that I taught you, you don't want to get off the rack like this. You want to get off the rack like this, using more of your lower back. Then you do 1, 2, 3 steps, like small steps, you know what I mean? So you lift it, you do 1, 2, the second one is already at the place where your feet is going to be, third one, and then maybe a fourth adjusting one. Then you take a big inhale through your mouth and breathe into your stomach and chest. And then brace, fill up your stomach. I recommend using a belt so you have somewhere to brace too. And a quick hack that a powerlifting coach taught me on how to brace properly is that many people just flex their abs whilst bracing. That's not how you do it. Grab your fingers and poke it in here, and then try to push them out. So that's the exact same abdominal pressure that you will create whilst setting up and taking a big inhale. So then you don't want to look down, you look forward and you start descending. Don't descend like this or like this. The bar should be exactly in line with your feet. It should go straight down, straight up, ideally. Some people can't do that. Some people need to lunge it forward a bit at the bottom. But yeah, when you go down, also focus on pressing your knees forward, because I realized that that gives me a bit more energy. You go down, and when you are about to almost like break the 90 degrees, you will do a little like boink like this. So you can start pressing up immediately. So you don't go like this and then start pressing up. You go, and you can immediately start pressing. That's a really brief summary of what I teach in Calisthenics School. So that was the best squat technique. If you want more videos like this regarding strength, calisthenics, street lifting, recovery, all these different things, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to check out Calisthenics School to make even more progress and get one-on-one help from me, check the first link in the description. Bye, take care bro, you go.